Just waiting. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a 5-minute data conversation with myself, Craig Stewart. And joining me from ABSA is Emily Amukilani, who's the Director for Technology, Cybersecurity and Business Assurance. Emily, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you, Craig?
Always well, thank you. Thanks so much for joining me so late in the year.
Oh, I'm happy to be here. I think our conversations is relevant and quite pertinent, especially in the times of now. As we go through, I suppose, the pandemic and working remotely. And also that we're going on holiday. It's the busy season. So what we're going to be seeing on our, internet and mobile environments is going to be very interesting. So I think the conversation is timely.
Yeah, absolutely. So for anybody that hasn't watched before, it's a 5-minute data conversation, very short, very quick, to the point. And Emily, we're going to be talking about using data and analytics, of course, to inform actions against cyber threats now and in the future. Mm-hmm. Tell us your thoughts on that. How are you using data? What can be done to sort of, I guess, better identify and manage cyber threats?
Yeah, absolutely. So as I mentioned, the data is quite relevant in our cybersecurity arrangements. We look at, we should be looking at our environments on a daily basis, on an ongoing basis, in terms of securing our, platforms where we are hosting our critical, and I call them information assets. But as we are doing that, we're monitoring, we're logging, we need to be analyzing, the traffic, what is the traffic telling us? Who's accessing our environments? Are we patching? What is the patch, status and trajectory telling us about our environments? And also when when there are incidents, what type of incidents are coming through, and what are they telling us about, the flavor, or, and I suppose the themes of what's coming through into our environments. And then you need to take the data, and yes, of course, we need to solution for now. But however, as you build up, the data, it needs to provide some type of insights in terms of what's happening now and what is it informing us in terms of how do we, further inform what we should be doing in terms of securing our environments. I think data should be insightful. And yes, like I said, let it tell a story so that we are better able to be proactive, in our actions as we secure all our operating environments.
Yeah.
So I kind of, see data not just being static. It moves, especially in the internet sort of, cyber world. There's always activity happening. I mentioned, that we're going into the silly season now, where there's going to be a lot of, online activity.
Yeah.
And people are shopping, people are excited. Some people also let their guard down a little bit, all this, the specials that are coming on. And, we know that when, there's a lot heightened traffic on the internet, in the retail space, there's also heightened fraud. Fraud follows where the money goes. And so we need to be looking at the patterns, what's happening, who are the perpetrators, where are they coming from, and what does the traffic look like, and how do we secure it for now, but not just for now, but as we move forward, into the future. We like I said, it's silly season, so things are probably going to be, heightened as far as, cyber threats and fraud related, activities. So let's take that now. Let's see what it's telling us, as we move closer to, I suppose, the Christmas season and beyond.
Okay.
So
and just finally on that, I mean, you're talking about, obviously now, so you've got your current data and insights there, but are you using advanced analytics, predictive analytics and the use of AI to see what might happen in the future so that you can be prepared for those types of threats?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I'm not going to talk specifically about what we're doing as a bank, but it's what I'm seeing, in the markets, in the marketplace, as well as, I suppose, in the environments where I'm exposed to. So to be better prepared, AI is coming in now. So we're not necessarily just using AI for, normal business operations. it comes with great tooling in terms of learning what's happening now and almost predicting, based on what's happening now, to what can be expected. It's not always 100% accurate because, it learns there's quite a few false positives as we move along the journey, but we tweak, as we go, so that we are better able to get informed, or rather informative insights, and to enable proactive action, as we move. So like I said, initially there's a bit of false positive there, but I mean, it's a journey, it's a process, and then you tweak as you go, to be able to see, better results. I mean, AI is fairly, well, I'm not going to say fairly new because it's been around for a while, but we don't necessarily see it being used, much across the board. But we definitely are seeing some, traction in terms of the take up of it.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. Emily, we've come to the end of our 5 minutes data conversation. Thank you so much for sharing. I think it's really interesting. I think everybody watching this, be aware of what you can do to prevent those cyber threats. Emily, thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks, Craig, for having me.
Right.
All right. Thank you.